We'll see. All righty. Welcome, everybody, to our April 5th, 2022 Collaborating Connections Professional Networking Meeting. My name is Dawn Evans Casey, and I'm the leader of the group. I want to welcome each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us this evening. Collaborating Connections is a part of the TTR Networking to the Rescue Networking family, and we've been around short of 5 years. TTR Networking has been in existence for over 10 years, and we work to bring people together, business owners and managers, for wonderful relationship development, referrals, and getting to know a little bit more about what everybody does. So TTR Networking, also in addition to the networking side, we have an extension which assists nonprofits and community development groups. As much as we want to be successful and thrive, we want our surrounding communities to thrive as well. So we love to give back. We invite nonprofits to come visit with us, share their mission, vision, and values, and what their needs are, to see if there is something that we can do to assist. In addition to that, I'll just give you a quick rundown. Our weekly agenda is we open up the meeting with the welcome. We will cover any wins for the week that any of our attendees want to share, any wonderful little things that have happened to us or bits of knowledge to share within the past week. As well, we will do a roundtable introduction of each professional and their business to get to know each other better, what we're about, what we do, what types of referrals that we're looking for. And we also have a monthly theme. This month of April, our theme is accountability, which is key for any business success, is to not only know what we want, but be able to speak it into existence and engage others to help us accomplish those goals. So accountability will be a part of our professional development discussion today. At this time, I just want to start off with opening the floor for anybody to share any recent wins. Anybody got some good news or wonderful information they'd like to share?
Unrelated to my insurance business, but I just picked up a $500,000 metal contract this week.
Wow. Awesome.
Oh, what? What did she say?
$500,000 order for metal. So
Woohoo!
I'm done. I can relax.
Super fantastic.
Woohoo!
Who needs to make those cold calls? That's my problem. I got
Awesome,
to.
Nancy. All right.
Awesome. For those who may not know, Nancy also is engaged in another business, and you want to tell us a little bit about it to frame your win for the week?
Oh, I sell metal. There's a little niche market for tungsten heavy alloy, usually used in aerospace and in medical equipment. Been selling it for 20 years, and some months and some years it does really well, and the government's buying again, so it's doing well.
All right. Good. Congrats there. Anybody else have any wins to share?
Good evening, Dawn, and everyone on this call tonight. Well, I'm just getting back from Miami yesterday from a long weekend. We had a big event down there, and I did gain two new business partners, so I'm super excited about that, because my team, that's one of my goals for this year. I want to grow my team, and so far it's working. I'm out here promoting heavily on all my social media platforms and attending all these events all over the place, all over the world, trying to build my team, and it's working. So I'm super excited about my team building and growing, just as what I want to do for this year as one of my goals.
And have you guys seen her posts when she gets a new, I mean, you're like a queen when you, or king when you join Stacy's team, because I was like, who is this superstar? Oh, it's her next teammate. I mean, it's like, wow. That, you know, you treat them very well, Stacy. You know, anything I say about you is I think you're unbelievable. You told us at the beginning of the year that you wanted to grow your team, and I have no doubt you will do it. You are doing it. So just what Dawn was saying about speaking it into existence, you're doing a great I'm just giving you a hard time, but not manifestation, exactly.
And affirmations
Good job.
as well.
Congratulations.
Affirmations as well. Speaking as though it's already done.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Well,
well, you don't,
congratulations.
because your brain doesn't know it. Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Good.
You're
Great
welcome.
stuff. Anybody else? Anybody
I
else
think
have any wins?
I think I said it last week, but I have this big music job that I'm still trying to pinch myself that I got it, but I'm working to try to find musicians to help me. You know, I spoke it into existence before I actually had it all figured out. But yeah, so I'll tell people about that when it actually, yes, kind of excited about that. Not in line with my TTR stuff at all, but it is. It's me. So there you go.
Wonderful. Wonderful. It'll all come into fruition for you, Jennifer. Keep speaking it. Keep manifesting. Anybody else got any wins to share? No? Okay. Well, as I mentioned, this is April and it is Accountability Month. So I'd like each of you to kind of keep back of mind right now. We'd like you to think about a goal that you want to share, that you want to speak into existence, even if you're in the process of it already, or something that you're kind of stirring up might be new and different and innovative for your business. And during this month, having shared it with us, that we will be following up with you week to week to ask about the progress, to ask, if you need any assistance, to ask what you're doing to cultivate that goal, to make it, to turn it into a reality for you. So I want you to keep that in mind. And when we get to our accountability discussion tonight, perhaps you'll share that with us. So with that being said, next I want to make sure that we have an opportunity to talk about anything going on within the organization, within TTR Networking, that our members and visitors need to be aware of. And for that, Jennifer Johnson, you are up. Do you have any updates or specific events that you'd like to share with us to make us aware of, to add to our calendars?
For TTR Networking, well, you've covered it really well. Accountability Month, I don't have anything in front of me. We do have a National Hanging Out Day, if you didn't know, is Tuesday, April 19th. Why the heck would we care about that? Because there's always something to celebrate and always somebody to appreciate, or there's a number of things there, but we're talking about relationship marketing. So we have a whole event that and the National Hanging Out Day is in honor of hanging clothes out on the line. So if you think you had it figured out, that is literally a holiday. I cannot believe it, but we're celebrating it because there's always something to celebrate. But we're going to do that. And if you're really not sure what relationship marketing is, that is something that we would be happy on April 19th, which is 2 weeks from today. We're going to gather at 2:00 on Zoom, and it is out on our social media. We also have a lot of our network, TTR networking people who have events. We've got an Easter diaper drive this weekend. One of our Brandy Holmes with Homes Family Insurance, I believe, she is doing a big event this Sunday, and people get pictures with Easter Bunny and all that kind of stuff. And then we have a couple, which I think is a friend or colleague of Nancy's is oh my goodness, what's the lady I just Julia Von Bargen is she's got a couple different webinars and stuff. So our members have a lot of activities going on, so we try to put that out there on our social media. So if you can go find TTR Networking, we have a page. We do have a private group for the members. But, the biggest thing this month is to exactly what Dawn said, let people know what your goals are, because it has a way of working with you for you, instead of, I have stories I can tell about how I didn't write my goals down and it didn't work. When I wrote them down and I shared them, it worked. So that's all I can tell you. But accountability month is where we are. Is that what you asked, Dawn?
That is
Sorry.
what I asked. The only
Okay.
thing that I'd like you to add is the walk.
Yes. Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
Yeah, we have a lot of things going on. One of our leaders is Kim Williams, who is the director of the Indiana Parkinson Foundation, and they have their Choose to Move walk, which is, I guess it would be 2 Saturdays from this Saturday, I guess.
April 23rd.
April 23rd. And, it's funny, we were all signed up the year that the pandemic hit, and they moved it virtual. We have a team, so we would love to have people join us, but you can do it there, which is in Fishers. But if you're outside the state, or anybody else who's out, they would want to participate, you can do it virtually. So you can do it in your own hometown, wherever you are. And when they moved it, when the pandemic forced them to make it virtual, I think they actually made more money that year than they had ever done before. And I think right now there are over 400 people walking it in person or, live. And I'm not even sure if we're going to do it there. Dawn, I think, was one of our few that did it. Was it last year?
Yes.
You did it, Dawn, I think? Yeah. So, I mean, just all these events like that are actually getting more response now that they've worked it out to do it virtually. So, as well as in person. But anyway, we are part of our TTR's mission is to give back to our communities, and that is in the form of, monetary things and your time and talents to different nonprofits. And Indiana Parkinson Foundation is a great organization here in Indiana. So anyway, that is, I thank you for reminding me. And it's not too late to sign up to be on our team. So we'd love to have you.
Exactly. It's a great way to give back. It's a day of fun and relaxation that you can do in person or you can do on your own, but a great way to contribute something to help community and help a great cause. Thanks so much, Jennifer.
You're
Next up,
welcome.
Next up, we'll get started with our roundtable introductions. Let's see. I want to go ahead and introduce, let's see, Nancy Vesley, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Okay, thank you, Dawn. I'm Nancy Vesley with IHC Specialty Benefits. I'm a local licensed health insurance agent out of Westville, Indiana.
It's just regular.
I am, I can help people with their health insurance, with their life insurance, pet, dog and cat insurance I can help you with. Also, I can help small businesses if they're interested in offering benefits to their employees. We have that option there that would be available. So I am looking for anybody that would like to talk about health insurance at this time, or if they already have that, life insurance or supplements that would help for deductibles during the year.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Nancy. Do we have any questions for Nancy at this time about health or life or pet insurance?
Sorry about that, Nancy. I thought I was muted. How do you do all this stuff, Nancy?
Who needs to sleep? Come on, Jennifer.
I know, I was gonna say, Nancy, I don't think you do, because she messaged me the other day and I was sitting and I thought she's asking if I'm still working, and she was still working, and I'm thinking, do you ever get a break? But yeah, no, if you didn't hear at the beginning of the call, if you were late, she just had a gigantic metal account she just signed, right? So she's had a very good week, but she doesn't talk about the metal business in this group. So but we're glad you're here. Thank you. I know you have a lot on your plate. So thank you.
Speaking of a lot on your plate, Nancy, are you inviting additional opportunities to speak about health and life and pet insurance? I kind of heard that.
No,
Maybe that's something.
technically, they're not about business. They're more just what I do with my pets. I signed up for some speeches for animal foraging, teaching your animals to forage. And then the other one is sprouts and microgreens, which are two big items with animals these days. And then the third talk that I signed up for was Pets Life After You. The concept that what happens if you're not there, who takes care of your pets? I mean, I found a friend I never even knew, I've known him for like 3 years, found out he has a 7.5-foot snake in his house.
Ooh.
What do you do with that if something happens to you? And his response was his son's taking it. And it's like, well, that's really lucky that your son's taking that snake, because I'm not sure what you do with it. You know, I mean, there's got to be, and there are clubs around that I would think that would be where I would say, because a lot of times family members aren't able to do some of these. That's what started me on that whole thing, because I have parrots. And that one day I told my son he's going to have my parrots when I die. And he looked at me and says, I don't want your parrots. I don't like parrots.
Oh.
Come on, everybody else in the club has their kids taking their parents. Why not you? So that just started me on. I need options. I need other available roads to go down for that whole concept. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out there with the same subject, or the ones that I wouldn't even trust my pets to my kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good stuff. When you get those all confirmed, please share the details with Collaborating Connections. We'll post it. Again, like you said, there's other like-minded people who probably have those same issues and need to hear the information that you share. So we'll look forward to that.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Any other questions for Nancy at this time? Okay, I'm going to move on to Stacy Schamberger Smith. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am. Thanks, Don. Good evening, everyone. I am Stacy Schamberger Smith. I am a licensed pharmacist here in the Peach State of Georgia. I am also executive director with Tava Lifestyle, which is a global network marketing company that I partner with a little bit over a year now. And I'm so glad that I did. We promote health and wellness products, but we've also recently added travel and crypto to be coming very, very soon in a couple of months. But right now we have four amazing products available on the market that are all natural and plant-based that are helping to improve so many people's lives. They're safe to take with any medication that you're currently taking. I have a lot of very satisfied customers. It's helping to boost their immune system, increase their energy, help with their diabetes, help with the blood pressure, help lower the cholesterol, help with pain, and so much more. If you want a good liquid vitamin and you want to dish the pills, this Valet 30 vitamin liquid energy for 30 days is the best in the whole wide world. I stand by that. All you need is 1 capsule once a day. No need to take a handful of different type of tablets that are not really even absorbed by the body, 20% or less for those that don't know. And you can Google that for yourself with the NIH. Anything in liquid form is absorbed by the body by 95% or more. So basically, you're getting all the nutrients from the vitamins that's in this liquid vitamin. Your body is absorbing that. Also, if you want to live a more happier, healthy lifestyle, want more time freedom, more financial freedom, then contact me. Those are the type of people that I'm looking for who want to earn extra income and have those things in their life. At least 18 years of age or older. Contact me, inbox me, Stacy Schamberger Smith with Tava Lifestyle.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Stacy. Does anyone have any questions for Stacy Schamberger Smith and Tava Lifestyle products?
I have to compliment you on your Facebook Live. I think it was that you did where you were running up to the camera. That was cute. It was like, man, you do some nice advertising on Facebook, but it was very cute, caught my attention.
Yes, and we actually just started a Shake It Off challenge for this month of April. It started April 1st, but I just started today because I'm just getting back in town. But it's gonna run through April the 25th, and the grand prize winner is gonna get $1,000 cash. And the other four prizes are gonna be products and some travel credits. So hopefully, I want you guys to root me on. Hopefully I win, but everybody in the company is competing for that $1,000, you know. But I'm gonna do my best, and hopefully I'll win this challenge. It's gonna end on April 25th, and they're gonna announce the winner on April 30th because we're having a huge event here in Atlanta on April 30th. They're gonna announce the winner there at that event. So I'm excited about that.
Speak it in, you are gonna win it.
Yeah, I've already won it. That's right, Nancy. I'm the winner. I'm
All
the
right.
winner.
So what does it take to participate, Stacy?
You have to purchase the Power Pack, these 3 products right here.
Okay.
And we have to go live and promote it every Tuesday about the Shake It Off on all of our social media platforms.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Gotcha. All right. Well, so that could be thousands of folks participating and competing, but all for a good cause of improving their health and lifestyle. So good stuff. Any other questions or comments for Stacy? All righty. Before going on, I want to take the opportunity to mention if everybody can add their contact information into the chat room, that would be helpful. Put your name, your company name, you know, what you do, your website, your email, phone number, whatever information would be most useful in contacting you. And that way we don't have to repeat it over and over during the call. Following the meeting, I usually send out a message to our meeting attendees, kind of recapping what we talked about and sharing the contact lists so that individuals can schedule some follow-up one-on-one conversations, meet for coffee, clarify business objectives, and just get to know each other better. So if you would, please add your information into the chat box. Thank you all so much. Next, I know Jennifer Johnson, you may have to roll off. I know that you're heading somewhere. Would you like to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I'm Jennifer Johnson. I was just texting, and sorry about that, guys. I usually have not got this problem on a Tuesday, but yes, Jennifer Johnson, relationship marketing coach, and I am the founder of TTR Networking. I basically help you stay top of mind with your clients, prospects, your employees, your team members, whatever you need, just that relationship marketing piece that if you build the relationships the right way, you don't have to worry about the marketing because that'll just take care of itself. People will think of you first. And I actually, speaking it into existence, I'm going to go back to that music thing because all I kept saying was, I'm going to get this job. And then I kept thinking, I may not get this job. I mean, in the back of my mind, but I just kept saying, I'm going to get, and I did the things that I knew I was supposed to do and I got the job. So now I have to speak my act into existence. It's kind of backwards to do it that way. But on the other hand, it's exciting to be planning and having something to get excited about right now because a lot of musicians are not in that boat. They are trying to figure out what they do. Where do they find the next job? Because there's not as many as there used to be. So who do you know that's out there? And that music thing may have nothing to do with anything else except that I'm a musician, but who do you know that needs to be connected or needs to work with with other people? There are a lot of individual soulpreneurs out there, or entrepreneurs who are daily trying to figure out what they're doing. And getting together with a group like this, we are industry exclusive. Yes, we do have the mastermind, but these groups are meant to give you that, that support and to be able to benefit from each other's networks. You're not really looking, you can get referrals, obviously, but you're hoping to get just a lot of good, warm introductions to people who know what you're next, or they know your next referral person. It's all about just getting to know each other. So I used to literally apologize. I don't know why I did that. I always felt like I had to apologize that we met every week. And, every week I'm like, we meet every week because that's how you get to know each other. There is no other way to do it. You can't shortcut that. You just can't. There's things you can do to build the relationship better or faster, but you still have to put in the working part of it. You still have to network. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to jump off, but I'm so glad. I think Andrew's on here, so that's exciting. I was going to reach out to him in a couple of days, but glad that you can join us, Andrew, and everybody else. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your meeting.
Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
If anybody has any questions or needs to follow up with Jennifer based upon any referrals, connections, relationship development, or singing opportunities, please feel free to do so.
Sounds good to me.
All righty. Bye, Jennifer.
Thank you. Bye.
Let's see. Next up, I'm going to invite our newest member, Paul Hibbett. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I'm here. This is Paul Hibbett with Fox Group Real Estate. I'm a real estate broker, and I apologize for not making it last week. I've been in the process of moving, and I don't have Wi-Fi set up yet where I moved, but I fortunately found some place to come today to get on the meeting and join everybody. So anybody that's been trying to contact me, please bear with me. I've only been getting my email on my phone. the light or whatever. So I haven't been getting large attachments either. But I am getting through it and have gotten moved and onward and upward. So anybody that needs any help with any real estate needs, with either buying or selling, anywhere in the Indy metro area, I'm here to help. So my phone number is on the chat list, and please call me with anything you need. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Does anyone have any questions or any comments for Paul and Fox Realty at this time?
Where'd you move?
Hello, I moved to 96th and Meridian.
Is that Indiana still?
That's I'm right behind the McDonald's. There's some condos right behind the McDonald's there. That's where I'm at.
I'm from New Jersey, so I have no idea.
Oh, so you don't know yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I didn't expect to move someplace and not have Wi-Fi readily available, and it's taken me a week to get it. So it's strange to say the least, but anyhow.
All righty. Art, do you have any listings that you want to highlight or share with us that
I do not have any at this time that I
Okay.
can share with anybody. But again, if any buyers out there that are looking for houses or people that want to list their homes, I'm really willing, ready, able to help anybody. So.
Okay, very good. I certainly want to schedule our one-on-one, Paul, but I can I can wait until you're ready with internet capabilities. So you just shoot me a message and keep me posted when.
I will.
you are.
Thank you for your patience. Yep.
No problem. Okie dokie. Any other questions, comments for Paul? Okay. Let me introduce or give an opportunity for Lori. Lori, are you ready to introduce yourself and the business you represent on Collaborating Connections?
Sure, thanks. Tonight I'm here representing Bryn Cochran. She was unable to attend the meeting, so I'm her virtual assistant and representing her tonight. Bryn is an agent for Shelter Insurance in Brownsburg, and she specializes in many areas of insurance from auto, home, business, and she's proud to really promote the fact that she is about relationship building in that aspect of her business. It's just not enough for her to insure just policies. She wants to insure people. And so that's really a focus for her, and something that she takes pride in the relationship aspect, and how much she cares for her clients and meeting the needs of people that come to her. So she's readily available to help you navigate whatever is the best fit for you and your family or your business, any needs that you might have. And update for this past month, she is now licensed in the state of Ohio. So if you have any friends or family or contacts that are in Ohio that could benefit from her services, she's glad to help there. And we are continuing to promote Google reviews this month too. So I will again drop the drop the link for that in the chat if there's anyone that knows Bryn well and would like to share personal perspective that would really benefit her business, for those that do Google searches. So yeah, any questions or anything that I can as a virtual assistant answer? I don't have any specific things that I can answer as far as quotes and things like that. You're welcome to send her an email. And I did drop the contact information for her in the chat as well. So that her cell phone number for her office. I can also share her email if anyone's interested.
Okay, I'll go ahead and plug in all of her information when I send out the follow-up to the group. Thank you so
Great.
much, Lori.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just-
Good to be with you.
It's awesome to have you here. Does anyone have any questions for Lori concerning Bryn Cochran's children? And how can a solopreneur take time away to focus on taking some time for herself. So based upon our mastermind and our recommendations to her on how she can step away to take a little me time to re-energize and, come back strong and continue to be the very focused and committed insurance agent that she is. She said she was taking notes, and obviously she put them into action. So
Yes.
so happy to
Yes.
note that.
I'm glad to encourage her with that as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just from today, knowing that kind of taking her calls, just seeing even more proof of how people are very much satisfied with the service that she provides. And one person was just really sad to talk to me instead of her.
Oh,
They really wanted to talk to her today.
awesome.
So,
Well, I'm excited to hear that she's licensed in Ohio.
Yeah.
I know a friend who is moving from Texas to Ohio, and I am going to be forwarding on her contact information to them.
Great.
Bryn is my insurance agent, and I'm happy to share and refer her to others. So
Thank you.
let's see. Andrew, you have not been forgotten. You weren't here at the
Hello.
onset of the call, but I want to say welcome. Thank you for visiting
Thank you.
Collaborating Connections.
So, and I apologize for my tardiness. My wife is saving me right now with this because I have a MacBook at home here. I don't take many networking calls at home. So I have my MacBook here at home, and I was trying to log on, and it just wasn't working. It was telling me I needed to update my Zoom, and I was trying to update it real quick before I could hop on the call. And it was telling me the meeting number was wrong, and my wife's looking at me, and she's like, just take my computer, use my computer. So she threw me her computer, and that's what I'm using now. So I apologize for being late. I just couldn't figure it out. That's why I emailed you saying maybe I've been ID wrong. It was technology brings us all together, but it also makes us want to pull our hair out sometimes.
Exactly.
But hey, I don't get to introduce my fur little friends too often. This is one of my dogs, Mickey. He says hi to everybody. He's a Chihuahua. He was
He's
jumping up
adorable.
when he came inside, so I figured I'd introduce him. But thank you for having me. So I'm Andrew Anzavino. I'm with Green Payments. We are a payment technology and solutions company. We are based out of New Jersey, or at least I'm based out of New Jersey. We have agents actually nationwide, all over in a bunch of states that bring business, to us that we help either lower their processing fees or provide new payment technology for them to accept payments, in easier fashion and more ways than they're accepting it right now. We deal with retail stores. We deal with businesses that strictly sell online, e-commerce. We do car dealerships. Actually, quick fun story. Just today, my COO, who I work with every single day, he's obsessed with Shark Tank. He loves Shark Tank. He buys as many products from Shark Tank as he can. It's his favorite thing to do. So sure enough, he bought these dates. They're called Magic Dates. And I'm trying to find. They are delicious, just date bites. They I don't know if you guys can see. It's not a great picture. Snack bites.
Mm-hmm.
Called Magic Dates. So we bought a box of them, brought them to the office. I tried them. I love dates, and they're delicious. So naturally, I took a picture of myself with the dates, with the bag, reached out to the young lady. She's got to be 26, 27 years old, the young girl who owns the company, who pitched it on Shark Tank. And I reached out to her via Instagram, said, hey, we love your product. We're a payment solutions company. Can we, potentially help you either eliminate or at least lower the processing fees you're paying for your online sales and your in-person sales? And she got back to me within 2 hours. She was like, hey, thank you so much for reaching out. I love that you guys like our product. I'll gladly send you guys a processing statement, do an analysis for us, and see what you can do for us. So it's crazy and so cool how technology today, can in the blink of an eye get you from eating a product to in touch with the owner of the product. Who she's from Syria,
Oh,
so I don't know where she's based out of. I have no idea. All I know is she's from Syria. She's a young lady. She made these great dates, and I'm getting a processing statement from her within the next 24 hours that we're going to analyze and try to help her out with. And this would be the second. Shark Tank product that we're processing for. We also 2 months ago got this one called Muddy Bites, and they're you got to look them up if you like or if you like ice cream cones. Muddy Bites, MUDDY bites. They're just these tiny little snack bites. That's the final bite of an ice cream cone,
mhm.
and that's all it is. They come in this little bag, and they're delicious. And same concept. We got in touch with them, and you know what? I want to say that they're based out of Indiana. Now that we
Huh,
talk
I
about
haven't heard of
I've
them.
had them before. Yeah.
You have?
it,
Wow, small world, see?
I think they're based out of Indiana.
They're like the little tip, the pointy tip of like the
That's right.
Drumsticks,
Oakland,
yeah,
Indiana.
yeah. Right.
That's right. The last bite of an ice cream cone is what
Right.
they're.
Right.
So so I'm sorry. I know I'm rambling, but either way, thank you guys for having me. Jennifer has me doing my rounds on all the TTR groups. Just to introduce myself, and I guess as it stands, there are no payment processing companies affiliated with TTR. So it's a great opportunity for us to get our name out there with you guys, network, on a national scale. To backtrack a little bit, our main niche, what we really specialize in, is the automotive industry. We own a proprietary technology that allows us to provide it's called a DMS, a dealer management software, to dealerships, simplifies their day-to-day operations. And that, in the last 4 years, has really been what we're pushing and selling the most of, throughout the nation. We service over 1,000 dealerships nationwide. But since I've gotten to the company and I've become the national sales director, I've made it a point to, branch out and bring on companies of all other types and sizes and within all different industries. I actually, just fun enough, because our company is called Green Payments, I got invited to what was the NewJersey.com Cannabis Insider event. Of course, this woman saw our company name called Green Payments and said, it makes sense that you would come to a cannabis event. And there I was. We can't onboard any cannabis companies yet. Legally, we are not allowed to do that. But eventually, we will be. And being called Green Payments, it was a no-brainer. So we jumped on that opportunity, and we're just continue to run in every direction that we can, and help out as many businesses as we can.
Okay, great. If you've got a business summary that you'd like to share with us, I'd be happy to, post a little bit about your business on the Collaborating Connections Facebook page.
Yeah. Let me send you what I have.
Okay,
I'll definitely send you what I have.
awesome. Do we have any questions for Andrew this evening and Green Payments? Okay, well, I've got a couple of questions, which, so you mentioned that your main niche is the automotive industry with dealerships. So are you talking about the Fords, the Chryslers, the et cetera, or are you talking about more mom and pop lots, or is it all encompassing?
All of them. We just signed with the largest Mercedes-Benz dealership in Austin, Texas, or in Texas. I'm sorry, they're based out of Austin, but the largest Mercedes-Benz dealership in Texas, Park Ave Motors. Our CEO, Cliff Green, who started Green Payments, of course, he has a contact down in Texas that set him up with this dealership. And being the number one Mercedes-Benz dealership, they also do Maserati and Porsche. But that is their specialty down there. And then, here in New Jersey, we have dealerships that do $150,000 a month to $3 million a month. So Yeah, we have the big, all the big brand names, and then used car dealerships that you would find on any corner in any state, that we help out as well. So.
Okay. And that's a great segue to my next question. For the other industries that you work with, is there pretty much an average annual or monthly revenue that you're seeing that where it makes sense to utilize a Green Payments as opposed to a PayPal or any of those other familiar types of payment resources for small
Definitely,
business?
definitely. Under 10 million a month in credit card processing is a good idea of who we can definitely help out. Once you get above the 10 million mark a month in credit card processing, you get a lot of opportunity to negotiate your terms and go straight to the card brands, and deal with Visa, MasterCard, Discover, Amex directly. It's a different industry at that point, to be honest with you. So we would never process for a Home Depot, a ShopRite, a Costco, because they get to work out these deals directly with the card brands that only companies with such buying power, get to work out. So.
Okay. In comparison for small businesses that might utilize a PayPal or Zelle or Cash App, when does it make sense to consider a business like
Oh,
Green Payments?
immediately, because
Yeah,
most businesses, they think they have to go to one of two places to get processing. They think they have to go to their bank. So they go to their bank representative and they say, hey, can you set me up with credit card processing? So historically, the banks are one of the two types of processors that have the highest fees in the industry, because a lot of business owners think they have to go through their bank. The other one would be what's called a PayFac, or a payment facilitator, like a Square, a Stripe, a Toast, a PayPal. Those are companies that they handle everything. They do the processing, and they top to bottom, A to Z, they cover it all for you. And because of that, they're rather expensive, and their fees are rather, higher than normal. So, if you can get away from a PayFac, a payment facilitator like them, and deal with a payment processing company directly like mine, where, you may have your website supported by a certain platform, and then you have your gateway. We can set up your gateway for you. We also do the payment processing. So you're able to kind of, pick and choose what vendors you're working with that are, going to provide your product, create your product, sell your product, handle the payment processing, instead of a payment facilitator or a bank doing it all for you by themselves. You're going to pay a lot less. You're going to save a lot of money. So we go in every single day. Actually, just today, there's 8 car dealerships here in New Jersey that are sending me their statements. They're all affiliated under one name, but they process through Bank of America. Their fees are outrageous. I mean, we took one look at it and we couldn't believe that they've stuck with Bank of America for this long. They just they didn't know better. They've been doing it for 15, 20 years. They've been with Bank of America. They had that relationship with them. They didn't realize they could come to a payment processor directly like us and, get such a better rate. And so we're easily beating rates from the banks on a day-to-day basis. No problem.
awesome. Awesome to know. Thank you so much for sharing
Of
that,
course.
Andrew.
Thank you for having me again.
Do we have any other questions, comments for Andrew and Green Payments?
I did a lot of talking, so I don't blame you for not asking me any questions.
How would your processing fees compare to that of PayPal? I know a lot of times when you send out invoicing, they take out an amount with what you charge your clients. How would that compare?
Yeah, so typically like a PayPal, Square, they usually have set rates. So if you go on their website and you just look up, PayPal processing rates, you'll see for card in person or card in hand, they call it, card on site purchases with PayPal when you're accepting it in person. It's usually like 2.6 to 2.8 plus 30 cents a transaction. And then when you have to key in the transaction, that's a higher risk transaction because the card isn't present. right? So that's like 3.5 or 3.6 plus 30 cents a transaction. So on average, we'll lower a company right out of the gate, from that 2.6 or 2.7 down to 2.3 or 2.4 and 10 cents a transaction. So we'll lower their transaction rate easily by 20 cents per transaction right out of the gate, and then a couple of, we call them basis points. I don't know if you're familiar with that term, but we'll lower them, anywhere from 20, 30 to 40 basis points easily right out of the gate without even reviewing the statement. I already know that there's margin that we can still make money on right there because of what PayPal historically, what they're charging, for companies anywhere from 40,000 to 400,000 a month. We can beat those margins every time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Thank you again.
Okay. Any other questions?
Oh,
You threw your hands up. Oh, he's gone. Oh, well. I hope that he'll dial back in if he had something additional to share with us, but I'm glad Andrew was able to join us this week. I know originally I anticipated he was going to be with us last week, and then he had an engagement come up. So I'm glad to see him. I had the chance to meet Andrew at our quarterly networking luncheon where we did the, what do we call it? What do we call that networking, Nancy?
Speed networking.
Speed networking, yes, yes. So I hope that all of you have the opportunity. I think our next quarterly luncheon with Speed Networking is scheduled for Zoom. So please look for it on our TTR networking calendar, as well as I'll post updates to that on the Collaborating Connections page. I'm last. My name is Dawn Evans Casey. My company is Spa Travel. I am all about relaxed adventure. Have been in the business for quite a few years, helping my clients have enjoyable, memorable travel experiences. So there's so much that has been going on since COVID started a couple of years ago. Just recently, cruising has been, opened up with a blessing from the CDC that things are getting back to normal, where cruising is considered safe again. I know that it's pretty normal on cruises for people to be in close proximity of each other and doing buffet type dining. And so the numbers of COVID are certainly decreasing, and cruising is opening back up. So anybody considering wanting to get away, or knowing anybody who's actually looking forward to getting back to cruising but had been hesitant for some time, myself, Dawn Evans Casey, Spa Travel, would be happy to help. Generally, what I do is to have a one-on-one consultation with my client, develop a profile, find out exactly what it is, where they want to go, when they want to go, if they have an anticipated budget. And based upon that, I take a look at the thousands of vendors that I'm connected to through my host agency and develop a profile of things to do, where to go, expected cost, and share that with my client for them to choose a travel opportunity that fits their desired needs. So it's not something that's that works well at last minute travel planning. So I certainly prefer to work with a travel client well ahead, weeks ahead, at least, of their anticipated travel. If airfare is involved, the sweet spot for pricing and availability for a trip that includes airfare is generally 7 to 10 weeks ahead of the travel date. So that's something to keep in mind. And I share with my travel clients all the time now, travel insurance is something that used to be, depending upon the circumstance, a recommendation, but is pretty much a routine recommendation now. I think it was just this past weekend, based upon weather issues out of uh, southeastern United States, Florida, Atlanta, etc. Quite a few um, uh, air travel schedules were either delayed or canceled. And it's always important to have a plan B and to have some travel insurance in place so that you don't lose out on your uh, investment in travel and that you are prepared for anything that may come up. So again, my name is Dawn Evans Casey and my company is Spa Travel. If there's anything that I can share to assist you with your travel needs, I'm more than happy to do so. Does anyone have any travel related questions or comments for me?
I have a business associate that just got back from a cruise, and they were saying that they were getting offered 40% off if they would travel again. Do you know, are there big discounts on those cruise ships still?
I'm sorry, do I know?
Are there big discounts on those cruise ships still, trying to fill them up, or is that all over with?
It's not all over with. It's not all over with. Those discounts are still quite active. There are usually big discounts that are available to individuals who live in those port cities at the last minute when there is space and the numbers are available with berths on a particular ship. If they have open berths that they need to fill, certainly discounts are available, and especially when individuals live close by in those port cities. But even for individuals, here in the Midwest or in locations not close to a port city, with good planning time-wise, there are plenty of discounts and wonderful offers that are out there for cruising. The cruise lines took a big hit with COVID 2020 and 2021. And but they're back and ready to be in business to accommodate sailors who are anxious to go. So if you're looking for a cruise, I'd be happy to help you out, Nancy.
I have a question about the travel insurance. Is that generally put in place per event, or is that something that is set as kind of paying by over an annual period? How does that usually work out?
It's generally purchased per trip. The cost or the premiums of the travel insurance will vary based upon the amount that you're insuring for, how much you've paid overall for the trip, inclusive of the air, where you're staying, what expenditures related to the trip, are expected to be incurred. So that's how it's generally applied. But there are variances in all cases. There are some options for say an annual, for someone who travels often. I believe that there are some options to have a travel insurance that is applicable for a 6-month or an annual basis. And again, that is based upon estimates of how much an individual may be traveling within that time period and estimated costs of the travel that will be incurred.
Hey,
Okay.
Dawn, I'm sorry to interrupt. I have to get going. My wife and I are refinancing our mortgage. We're doing a cash out refinance. We have a 7:15 meeting with our mortgage guy. We're going to close hopefully May 1st, but we have to go over all the documents with him. So thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you all on future TTR Zoom meetings. And of course, email me any questions. Dawn, I'm going to email you some information about Green Payments, give you an introduction idea, something you can share with everybody, and we'll go from there.
That sounds great. Andrew, you are welcome to come back and visit us again. We'll look forward to
So
hearing
sorry
from
for
you.
all the connection issues. My wife's
Hope
computer,
everything works out for you.
right as
Works
I
out
was
well
done
tonight.
talking, my wife's computer died, and I said to her, "What happened?" And she was like, "Well, how's the battery?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't use your computer." I went right back to my MacBook, and my MacBook it worked. Thank God, it didn't make me update it. I won't have these issues hopefully moving forward. I apologize about that.
No problem. Take care. It was a pleasure, Andrew.
Everybody have a good one. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay. Any other travel related questions? All right, let's see. We are at 7:07. Time to talk accountability, people. Let's see. I had something that I wanted to share in general. Let me see about accountability and my other laptop. Here we go. Let me ask a quick question. Does anyone want to share with me their definition of accountability? Anybody? All right. Well, I'm forced to share with you. And in fact, I was talking to about accountability recently with a coworker of mine, and what they explained of their understanding of accountability, it was closely aligned with responsibility, and I wanted to make sure that that we had a clarification and an understanding between the two. Responsibility and accountability are two terms that are often considered synonymous and used interchangeably. However, they have distinct meanings. It's important to understand the difference between responsibility versus accountability in order to assess who fits where in an office structure, in a business setting, etc. So just to give you an idea, responsibility, you can be responsible for something, and that is your knowledge or how you feel, you will interact or relate with a particular task or a goal or a job, etc. Accountability means that others are also aware of your responsibility. And not only that they are aware of it, but they will follow up, that they will interact in consequences that for lack of fulfilling responsibility. I think all of us know that, when you're responsible for something, if you don't fulfill it, you leave yourself open for blame or acknowledgement that the responsibility was not completed. The accountability is more, or should be seen on a more positive side, that you are open to the interaction of another individual to engage with you, to verify or clarify your responsibility, and to inquire about the status so that it keeps you front of mind. Well, where am I at with that responsibility, with that goal, with that desire to complete, as well as being able to, as we mentioned earlier, speaking it into existence so that others can participate in our celebration of achievement of that goal, or encouragement to keep going towards pursuing that goal, or offer support in achieving that goal. So all of that encouragement, that support, that celebration, all of that can easily be involved in the accountability, as well as um, knowing that if you fail to achieve a goal or you fail to complete an action, the consequences, which again may be considered negative, but they may also be an opportunity for you to acknowledge and grow. So putting a positive spin on it all, growing through completion of that task, understanding what it is that you need to do, looking at various ways to make sure that you can accomplish it, celebrating when you do accomplish it. All of those things are involved in the role of accountability. So I had mentioned earlier in the call that I was hoping that we could go around and perhaps think of something that we wanted to share with the group tonight, that going forward through the month of April accountability, that you are willing to talk about, provide updates about, and be open to folks checking with you. How's that going? What's the status? How do you feel about it? Is there something that I can do to help? So anybody, I'll open the floor to anybody ready to share a goal, a responsibility that that we can acknowledge for April Accountability Month.
Well, of course, with this contest that I'm in, to shake it off, that's a goal of mine, to be the winner in the end. But of course, like I say, still heavily promoting my business and growing my business is definitely a goal still at front of mind for me. And my coach is pushing me to just be out there heavily promoting, not being afraid to talk to anyone, anywhere, no matter where I go. And I have been actually doing that at the gas station, at the restaurants, everywhere I go. When I go to Walmart, when I'm pumping gas at Sam's, I'm talking to the person across from me pumping gas, promoting my business. So, I mean, it's really working too. I mean, people are buying into it and want to try the products out once I talk to them about the great benefits of the products. So, I mean, it's working. And of course, being attending events, different events and stuff, you have to be in the room for like-minded individuals to grow your business as well. So she told me that I can't stay at home and expect to grow my team and get new business partners. I got to be out there. So, I mean, I'm taking her advice and she's really pushing me to do that. And I was away when you first asked the question about, accountability. I've been with Taub, like I said, a little over a year. And last year, when I first joined in February, I wasn't really big on social media. I've only had Facebook since 2019. So I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go live. I don't want to, I'm afraid, what if I mess up or whatever? But she really, really pushed me. So like I said, I joined in February of last year, but June, I finally made a decision to move myself out of the way, move fear out of the way, and just go for it. And I've been going live on my social media platform since June 1st of last year, and I'm not looking back. And it's definitely, I must say, it definitely has made a huge impact on my business as far as me making sales and getting new customers and getting new prospects. People, I mean, I had one lady all the way in El Paso, Texas. I never even met her, but she was just watching my live. She decided she wanted to join my team. Never met her. So, I mean, it does work. I know a lot of you guys are afraid, Nancy. I keep telling you, Nancy, don't be afraid. They're not gonna bite you. And I mean, what do you have to lose, Nancy? There's just move fear out of the way and go for it. Start going live, promoting your business. You don't have to be perfect. Or if you don't want to do it just like I do it, just make a video, and you can always go back and critique the edit the video. So just keep practicing on the video until you get it right, and then you can just post a video. So you can start by doing that. So just give it a try, Nancy. That's your push for today.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. I love it. I'm going to ask you, though, Stacy, you mentioned two things that are going to be your goal. You mentioned talking to everyone, and you talked about attending events. I'd like you to make those measurable and perhaps share with us a minimum. How many events do you want to attend a week or within the next month? How many people do you expect to talk to on a daily or a weekly basis that makes you feel like you have accomplished those goals?
Okay, well, on a daily basis, I need to be talking to at least 10 to 20 people. At least 10 to 20 people. And just like the big event we have at the end of the month here in April, I want to invite at least 50 people. And out of 50, I'm hoping at least 5 to 10 will show up. Because I have invited people in the past events and, oh yeah, I'm coming, but you know, no shows. But of course, that's just inviting 2 or 3 people. So you have to invite a lot more
Exactly.
to get at least a small percentage of them. Your chances are better, at least a small percentage of them showing up. So like I say, the event for April, I've already invited probably like 10 or 20 people. So I have a couple more weeks before the event is gonna take place. I did attend a tea party a couple weeks ago and got some possibilities, but I gave out a lot of samples at this tea party. So a couple of them have contacted me, and now they're ready to buy. So I plan on sampling more to gain customers as well as possible business partners. I'm set up for a huge vending event. It's a bridal show at the fairgrounds here. I think May 21st. So I'm expecting thousands of people to be there at this fairground event. It's a huge bridal show. I'm going to be a vendor there. So who knows what I may get out of that? At least maybe 10 business partners and hundreds of customers, new customers.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and put that out there in the universe and manifest that.
Wonderful. Thank you. So for measurable, you're going to talk to at least 10 people daily. And you're going to invite at least 50 people or 50 more people to the challenge this month. Okay.
Right.
So that's what I've got down for you, that you're going to be accountable for. Okay. Great.
Oh, she's writing this down, Stacy.
I am.
I know, right?
Anybody else? Who's next? Paul, you got any thoughts?
I've been thinking about it during the meeting here. I haven't given it any prior thought because I didn't know that's where we were going tonight. So I don't have I'm not sure exactly. I would say that my goal going into this year was to have 10 transactions, and just in my first year here as a realtor, and I've had one so far, so I need to have 9 more to meet my overall goal. And I guess I need to, for every one transaction, I've got to talk to at least 100 people. So I probably need to talk to about 900 people here over the next 9 months to get to that goal.
All right.
So that's where I will shoot for.
So about 100 people a month.
Yeah.
And 9 more transactions.
Yep.
Okay, I gotcha. And be sure when you guys think about these goals that you've put in place, think about how you're going to track these yourself. The 100 people a month that you want to talk to, Paul, right. What mechanism or resource are you going to utilize to be tracking that so that you can see your progress, right, as well as sharing it with us when we are holding you accountable. So awesome. Very good. And Lori, I know that you may not know Bryn's specific goals or those numbers. I can definitely follow up with her when she's back from her.
Well, she was successful on the goal for taking time off, it sounds like.
Yes,
so that's one good thing. Right. So, and we are working on how to continue to improve that, for her to think longer term too. She's already looking at summer schedule and things like that of how she can, the time that we spend in self-care is just as valuable to our business as the time that we plan out all these different kinds of things to grow the business, because it can't grow if our energy is depleted. So I'm glad that she's put that as a focus for herself, and that will continue to develop that. So as far as my knowledge, I know we'll be working toward, future planning for being able to incorporate time off to be rejuvenated and do better business just from overall energy. So excited about that for her.
Exactly. And whereas we might be talking and sharing with you again in the future, Lori, if you have any goals that you'd like to share with us that we can talk with you and do accountability sessions with you about, you just let us know. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I've got some things that I'm working on currently with my business, and I'm glad to share that as I'm able. So I am just one little tidbit. I have a twin sister, and she's joining me in more efforts of the work. So I'm really excited about that, for us to work together. We've dreamed about that for a while, and we had some growth to do communication as adults as well. So
Okay.
we've crossed those barriers, and we're moving forward and working together. She'll be joining me subcontracting with my virtual assistant business, and she's bilingual, so that's huge, a huge skill set to add. And then we are partners in writing stories for children, some Christian stories that we're sharing, and we'll have more time to be able to focus on that as she's joining me in that work. She's taken a leap of faith and stepping away from her office work, and so that's always scary, when you don't necessarily know what's ahead and how it's going to go. But we're excited to see how those things will come together, and just trying to continue to connect with people, share. Not everybody is interested in connecting with virtual assistant kind of work, and rates it's kind of hard to explain that sometimes with your rates and people seeing the value of that compared to hiring a part-time office assistant or something like that for a maybe closer to, not minimum wage, but more of those kinds of rates. But anyway, those are challenges that we're looking forward to navigating, and thanks. Hopefully I didn't overstep in sharing that. But
exactly what we needed. Thanks so much for
Yeah.
sharing that, Lori, and best wishes on
Thank
these
you.
endeavors.
Yeah, look forward to sharing more.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Nancy Vesley, can you unmute and share with me your thoughts on what you're going to be accountable for?
The 3 presentations I'm doing in June, I'm thinking if I start working on them, maybe do each one 2 weeks on each one to start, and then I'll know which one needs more help after that, just to get handouts put together and my bullet points on what I'm going to discuss in each one.
Okay.
So if I do 2 weeks on each subject to start with.
Great.
So starting this week, we'll start one.
All righty. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, very good. I've got it jotted down. I'll share with each of you. I had mentioned to Nancy at the head of this call, I think before we started recording, I am kicking off a new endeavor. I don't know if you all are aware, I'm a chocoholic. I've been well addicted to chocolate all my life, but just last year in 2021, I was diagnosed diabetic. And that big challenge to my chocolate loving life was quite a bit to deal with. But I have since learned that there are healthy ways that I can still indulge in my favorite snack and maintain or manage my diabetes. And I've decided to turn that into a blog and a website to share with others who may be in the same predicament as I am, loving chocolate with no intention of giving it up, but also managing and maintaining good health. So I will be kicking off my blog and website on May 15th, which is National Chocolate Chip Day. And I've just recently been working with a graphic designer who has been developing my logo. I still have yet to set up the website. I have the topic of my first blog already identified and have been working with Nicole Williams, who has been giving me quite a bit of guidance on the blog development. So I guess the measurable goal that I am speaking into existence, I want to have my website ready by the end of this month and just be tweaking pictures and additions by the May 15th kickoff. So I'm also planning a special kind of kickoff to let my friends and family and folks who are in chocolate loving circles know that this is starting. So there's a marketing campaign involved, there's the website development, and all the little intricacies involved. And that's what I certainly want your help in keeping me accountable for, in addition to all the other wonderful stuff that I do, with collaborating connections with my travel business, with my genealogy nonprofit. Here's another thing that I'm adding into the fire, but I believe all of my interests, my passions can be accommodated by my energy, and I look forward to you guys holding me accountable for that. Okay.
That's exciting. Look forward to hearing more.
Thank you. Thank you. I look forward to sharing it for sure. Let's see. We are at 7:29. Wow, time flies. I certainly hope that everybody enjoyed tonight's discussion. Hope that you got some golden nuggets, some wonderful development ideas, learned something new from all of our attendees tonight. And as I mentioned, I will be sending out a follow-up email kind of summarizing our discussion and sharing the updates that that Jennifer had mentioned that are going on in TTR networking as well. So think about who do you know that you can connect and refer with each other. Think about if you're looking forward to an opportunity to set up a one-on-one meeting to learn a little bit more about someone on the call tonight. Look forward to that opportunity and just go forward and do it. I do look forward to hearing, to talking one-on-one with you soon, Paul.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything that they want to add before we close out the call tonight? All righty. Go forward and have a prosperous and productive rest of the week. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next Tuesday night.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.